Tucker and I'm 6 years old, and today we're going to be planting some seeds.
And who are we?
7 Kids Farm.
7 Kids Farm. So Tucker has been adamant to start a YouTube channel because he wants to let other kids know that what?
You're not too young to help with the garden.
Right. You're never too young to help with the garden and take responsibility for helping your family provide food, right? That's right. So these are already planted. Don't touch those. We started a couple days ago with Peyton and Camden. They are 2 and 4, and we were working on doing our fall garden seeds. And we talked about how finding your first frost date of the season, you can go online, put your zip code in, and calculate how many days you have to your next frost date. And so we are in North Georgia, and we're in zone 7B. And in zone 7B, our first frost date comes around the 1st of November. They're all back. And that's it. I know, I love your shirt. So, this is life on the farm. And it is so important to learn how to farm with kids, because this is why we do what we do. And it's important for them to see mom and dad working out here and doing all this stuff and involving them. Because we believe that they never gain an appreciation from where their food comes from and what the hard work is that goes behind it. So we are happy to always let them come and join us. So anyway, we're in zone 7B.
Yep.
For us, our first frost when it gets really cold outside is usually around Halloween, the first part of November. It is almost the end of August, and I am really late on getting seeds started, but we still have about 2 months, a little over 2 months for our seeds to grow. Pretty much everything we are growing is considered frost hardy, and we don't really get hard frost until after December in this area, if at all. So they will be able to tolerate a light frost. We'll just use some protection to cover them if we need to. And also, Tucker, can you tell them about kind of what's different about our fall garden this year? So we've never done a fall garden. This is our very first time doing the fall garden. And we usually plant our plants. Where do we usually plant our plants? Where do they usually go?
In the garden.
In the garden. So we have
Or
an
in there.
yeah, in the garden down there. We have an in-ground garden, right? And that's where we usually grow all of our plants. We're going to be ripping everything out of our in-ground summer garden and revitalizing our soil over the winter, doing potentially a cover crop to replenish some of the nitrogen in it.
A jumbo house.
And so we have decided to begin building a hoop house. A hoop house. And do you think we should take them along on us building the hoop house?
Yeah.
It gets a little messy. So these plants are actually going to be in pots, and we're going to be growing them over the winter in our hoop house, which will extend our growing season, give us a lot more protection from the winter, the frost that we get here. So we've already started cauliflower, broccoli, cabbage, and some Brussels sprouts. And then earlier we did a couple of carrot seeds in the raised beds that we have on our porch. And I also have a green stalk that will be starting some of our lettuce seeds in. We've got several varieties of lettuce, so we're going to do a little bit of lettuce in the green stalk, and we're mainly going to use our green stalk for our strawberry plants, because we're going to start our strawberries soon. Fall is also a great time to order your garlic and onions. Yeah, you can start your onions in the fall for us, because we can overwinter those plants. So today we're going to finish up the rest of these seeds. We're going to get them going. Peas are not great here during the summer, so we're going to do some peas. Those are snow peas. And on your packets, on the back, it always tells you how many days you have to harvest. I'm going to hand this over to Mr. 7 Kid. He can show that a little better. So you can see you've got 58 days to harvest. You need to add an additional 2 weeks to that because of the change in our daylight time. So that gives about 2.5 months for these to be ready to harvest. So as long as they're either A, frost hardy, or B, they are coming to maturity before your first frost date. So if your first frost date is in 60 days, you want to make sure that something that you have is harvested before the end of that 60 days. So we're going to start our peas. We're also going to do some spinach.
Yeah.
You like spinach.
I like to.
I'm pretty sure you like spinach.
Oh, yeah, I think.
We're also going to do some kale. Yes. Tucker is telling us all his lovely, yes, spinach. The kale is a 65 days to harvest, but I have friends here who have grown the lacinato kale and they harvest it all winter long. And they say that the frost actually sweetens up your kale. So I'm looking forward to that. We have our lettuces that we're going to do. And we're also going to try to get a last harvest in of some cucumbers because our cucumbers did not do good at all this year. We got 0 cucumbers, I don't think. And so days to maturity for the cucumbers are 60 days. 60 days from now is going to put us close to the end of October, so I will just start watching, and if we need to, we'll cover these up if we need to cover them to keep them from getting frostbite. I think that's all. Are you guys excited? You ready?
My dad called my mom Tammy.
All right, so what is your favorite thing to eat out of all these seeds that we've started so far? What's your favorite thing?
Sushi.
Sushi. You could use cauliflower rice and sushi. What about you, Camden?
I love all of it.
You love all of it. He really does.
Broccoli and cauliflower.
Yeah, broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, cabbage. You love lettuces. We're definitely gonna make lots of lettuce. The great thing with lettuce is it comes to maturity really soon, 50 to 60 days. All of these varieties are what they call cut and come again. So you can go through, cut them off, and then in about 2 weeks they're ready to be harvested again. And you can cut them before they are fully developed. So you can cut them as baby greens and eat them as well. And then also one thing that I don't know that anyone here has ever tried
I want
is
to try them.
the kohlrabi. 55 days to maturity on that. And it's great in stir fries and salads. So we're gonna plant some of this so that we can broaden our vegetables that we like to eat, because I think they're going to really enjoy that.
They look like teeth.
And preservation wise, most of your fall crops cannot be canned. They're not really a canning type of variety, minus the cabbages. You can can your cabbage. Actually, you can ferment your cabbage. So we'll be doing that, but we were blessed enough to have a freeze dryer, and so I think a lot of our preservation of these crops are going to come in that form. We'll freeze them and put them in the freeze dryer. And I don't think that's it. You want to tell them anything else? What?
Subscribe to the channel and watch the video if you like it. Bye. Bye.
Say bye.
Bye.